that those sporting stories that will continue to happen, and those ones that has already happened. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore. This is West Nile Television. A lot of stories are happening locally here within the city of Arua and also within the entire region of West Nile, and also nationally we have in StarTimes FUFA Big League that's bouncing back. Match day 4 and match day 5. We talk about the StarTimes Uganda Premier League match day 4. Match day 4, of course, results are going so well for some of the teams. Meanwhile, for some of the teams, the misery are still continuing, piling on them. And at the same time, we'll also be talking about the fans' favorite top leagues. I'm talking about the StarTimes Uganda, not StarTimes Uganda Premier League, rather the English Premier League. You talk about the Spanish Primera Division, you talk about German Bundesliga, Italian Serie A, not forgetting about French League 1. Actually, these are top 5 European leagues fans always favor. Not only that story, we also have been breaking stories like Mitoma, the Japanese, has already extended his contract with the team of Brighton and Hove Albion. We'll also be doing discussion about that one. What about not a good news for the team of Liverpool as their left back, I'm talking about Anderson. This player is going to undergo surgery. So he actually got an injury in the international break with the country, that's Scotland. I will be talking about that one. As usual, we'll be finalizing everything with what is transpiring in the world of transfers. I am supposed to have the competition chairperson for the Tertiary Institutional Ball Games that's currently taking place in Arua City, but he's not coming. But that one cannot stop us from doing discussion about the ongoing Tertiary Institutional Ball Games that are taking place within the city of Arua. The games are going on so well. They started on Wednesday, that was 18th of this particular month, and the year is 2023. And as I talk right now, we're already into match day 4, as day 4. And this game, or this tournament, of course, is supposed to end today, but because of the layman, some of the challenges coming from the bad weather of sessions here and there, petitions here and there, it has delayed. That means the finals, of course, will be played tomorrow, and tomorrow is, of course, the 22nd of October 2023. That means all the finals, you talk about netball final, you talk about football for ladies, you talk about football for guys, whereas boys, will all be taking place tomorrow. Briefly, I need to tell you, of course, how the games have been going. I cannot now start giving the results from day one, because Thursday and yesterday we had already given the results of how match day 1 and match day 2 went, and this time I need to give you how the games went yesterday, and also the teams that have already sealed the qualifications to the semi-finals, and at the same time the other sporting fraternity. I'm talking about netball. As I talk right now, it has already reached to the finals. First of all, let's take a look at how the games went yesterday. And the first game, actually, it was between St. John's College and the team Ezobele, and in the process we saw the team that is not Ezobele, rather St. John's College. Remember, this is a derby, Seaford derby, because these two institutions, tertiary institutions, they are all based at Seaford. It was a derby between the two sides, but the result, of course, had to favor the home team. I am actually talking about St. John's Tertiary Institution College. They ran riot over Zobele Memorial, demolishing them by 4-1. And there was another game between Model up against Echora. In the process, Model registered a 4-1 win over the team Echora. And also after that, there was a game between NIMSA and Pride Scholar. In the process, NIMSA, of course, beat Pride Scholar by 2-0. These are the results that we have played in boys football. Still, two more results. We saw Nile Farm Institute that went on to beat Ezobele by 2-0. That means the two games Ezobele actually played yesterday, they lost both of them, losing to their arch rivals and in a derby, that's St. John's College. Then at the same time being thumped by Nile Farm Institute by 2-0. Actually, the last group stage game took place this morning. It was between Nile Farm Institute and Innovative. In the process, it was a narrow win for the school, that is a Nile Farm Institute, that of course edged out Innovative by 1-0. And also taking a look at the results that went in ladies football, games were also played. We had a barren draw between Pride Scholar that played with the Model, and after that there was another barren draw between the schools, St. John's College and Nile Farm. And also in netball, as I said, netball has already reached to the finals, and the semi-finals actually took place today. And we have seen schools petition the other ones just because they have failed in eligible players that are no students from these schools. So we have seen some of the schools, of course, petitioning others. And there was a semi-final played between NIMSA and St. John's. And St. John's, of course, beat NIMSA in that semi-final of netball. But because NIMSA was petitioned St. John's, of course, NIMSA petitioned St. John's, the win, of course, was grabbed from the hands of St. John's girls, and it was given to Darcy NIMSA. That means NIMSA, they are one of the teams that are going to play in the finals of netball. Then the other semi-final in netball was actually between Innovative and Model. In the process, it was Model that emerged as a winner against Innovative. That means tomorrow in the finals of the netball, we'll be expecting a final between NIMSA and the team that's Model. Then in the defending, if we talk about the defending champions, of course, have already been eliminated. It was NIMSA, not NIMSA rather, it was Innovative that won it, but this time they have already been eliminated. And also some of the tertiary institutions that have already sealed the qualifications to the semi-finals, both the ladies football and the boys football. We first start with the ladies football. Model has already sealed the qualification to the semi-finals. You talk about NIMSA, they already through, and also Nile Farm, they already through. Not forgetting about Innovative. These are the 4 tertiary institutions in ladies football that have already sealed the qualifications to the semi-finals. And the semi-finals, of course, will take place today. And as I said, tomorrow is only specifically for the finals. Meanwhile, taking a look at the tertiary institutions from the boys football that already through to the semi-finals, we have got a Model, St. John's College. They are the defending champions after emerging as the Victoria side last season. We have got Nile Farm Institute, and the lastly NIMSA. These are the schools, of course, that are going to tussle it out in the semi-finals. Leaving that one there, we have finalized with the updates that are coming from the tertiary institutional ball games that are currently taking place in Arua City. And on Monday, we will also be in person to bring for you how, of course, things transpired, which schools, of course, have emerged as the champions from netball. You talk about ladies football, not forgetting about that's boys football. What I can say is, I want to repeat it again, all the same finals, of course, they are played today. Netball is already done. The teams that are going to play in the finals, they have already identified themselves. Meanwhile, for boys football and also ladies football, we are yet to see, of course, which schools are going to play in the finals come tomorrow. Leaving that one there, before we take a look at the Star Times Uganda Premier League, we need to follow hierarchy. This time we are talking about the Star Times, not Star Times rather, of late it is called Bet Power FUFA Big League. Actual match day 4 and 5, they are bouncing back today. Actually we are having 1 game on the card, and tomorrow you will see around 5 games to be played. Meanwhile, match day 4 and 5 will conclude on Monday with a game between Police and the team that's the Karo Karuns. Let's first start with the discussion of the game between Boma FC and the team that's Lugazi. These two teams actually, they have been going neck to neck between themselves, and the last season, if we take a look at the table standing, if we may flash back, it was Lugazi and Boma FC. The other one finished in the 5th position. Meanwhile, the other one finished in the 6th position. Actually, the 7th position was taken by West Nile based side Calvary. Now they are coming head to head today in another new season, and actually this game will be live on FUFA TV. Boma FC actually, they have not been doing well. Meanwhile, Lugazi, they are doing well, and that's why you are seeing them, they actually maintaining the top of the table with the other teams like Police FC. They are doing well. Meanwhile, on Sunday, that's tomorrow, Calvary, of course, will be staying at Midigo Calvary as they say hi to that's Zinzanoff United, and Young Elephant will be writing a letter to another newly promoted side, that's Mbale Heroes, and they will be actually traveling away to Mbale City, and there will be a game between Blacks Power as they take on Tigezi Homeboys, another newly promoted side into the league, and Mbale side Kataka FC. This time they are taking a trip away to Chetume, and Chinda Boys, a team that's also new into the league. Of course, they will be be welcoming the side Onduparaka. Onduparaka, they have played 3 games, winning 2 and picking 1 defeat. That defeat came actually the first game they played in the new season when they were actually edged narrowed by Blacks Power. This is their 4th game of the season. Meanwhile, for the other teams, this is going to be their 5th game of the new season. And as I said, match day 4 and 5 is going to be finalized by the game between Police FC and Karo Karunzi. These games, of course, this game rather will take place on Monday. And quickly taking a look at the table standing before these teams actually start clashing today and tomorrow and on Monday. On top of the log, you can see on the screen is Police FC. They have played 4 games and they are having 10 points. That means they have won 3 and they drawing 1, and the points they have accumulated is they are already 10. Second team on the log is Lugazi, that is tussling it out with Boma FC. They are having 7 points to themselves. And third on the log is Blacks Power. 4 games played, winning 2 and drawing 1 and also picking 1 defeat. The only thing which is separating Lugazi with the Blacks Power is the goal difference they have. And that means Lugazi, of course, is having superior goal difference compared to that Blacks Power. They also having 7 points. And also another team with the same number of points is, of course, Karo Karunzi. They are sitting in the 4th position. 5th is Kataka with also 7 points. The team which is having 6 points is Onduparaka. That means if Onduparaka will win the game against Chinda Boys come tomorrow, maybe teams like Kataka, Karo Karunzi, Blacks Power, Lugazi 3 points. That means it will take them to the qualification. It will take them to the qualification group, maybe 2nd as 3rd there. 7th on the log is the brother of Onduparaka because they are all based in West Nile. I am talking about Calvary. They have played 4 games already, winning 2 and picking 2 defeats. That means they have not drawn any game. They are having 6 points to themselves. 8th on the log is Mbale Heroes, one of the biggest sides we have from that side of eastern part of the country. Mbale Heroes, they are having 6 points to themselves. 9th on the logs is Chetume with also 6 points. Meanwhile, the team Boma FC sits at number 10 with 5 points out of the 3 games they have played. That means it's only Boma. It's Boma FC, Chinda Boys, and the team Onduparaka that have played fewer number of games than the rest of the teams. Also, Lugazi FC. 11th on the log is Tigezi Homeboys. 4 games played, winning 1, drawing 1. That means picking 2 defeats. They are having 4 points. Looking at the teams in the red carpet who is in the relegation zone, at number 12 is Genzanoff United. They have not won any game, but they have drawn 3 of the games. That means they are having 3 points. Meanwhile, Chinda Boys, of course, 3 games played, winning 1 and losing 2. That means they are having 3 points. And taking a look at the teams that are yet to pick a point, I am talking about Ndeje University. 4 games already played, not even a draw, not even a win, but all are defeats. They don't have any point. And the lastly, Young Elephant, a newly promoted side, they are actually the last team on the log. Out of the 4 games they have played, they have not won any, not even a draw, but they have accumulated -7. And also same to that Ndeje, that they have also accumulated -7. That's what I can give you as far as FUFA Big League is concerned. But I want to pick some games and talk about them. The game between Onduparaka Football Club and the team that's Chinda Boys. Chinda Boys, and I've ever been saying this one, and I know most of the viewers, they know that Chinda Boys, of course, a newly promoted side coming up against a tougher side that is fresh from the top tier of Ugandan football. It's going to be something very difficult for them to see that they actually pick even a mere point against the Caterpillars, because of late they are rejuvenated. We have seen them picking wins back to back, beating the team of Chetume, even humiliating them, and also having a narrow win over a stubborn side called Kataka. This time, Chinda Boys, I don't think will be in position to give hard times to the team of Caterpillars the way I am seeing. Maybe in football we don't rule any team completely out of the game. I am meaning Onduparaka, of course, they having the upper hand to win the game against Chinda Boys. But being the home side, they know that they are new into the league. They also want to do something to see that they maintain themselves into the league and avoid the relegation. But up against a rejuvenated side, that's Onduparaka. I don't think this time they will be able to do something against the team of Caterpillars. And the game between Boma FC and the Lugazi, I already talked about it. Lugazi is an ambitious side. Boma FC, they are still down, though they have played fewer number of games, but Lugazi FC, this time, their focus, their ambition, they are prioritizing to see that they get to the top tier of Ugandan football. I am talking about the StarTimes Uganda Premier League. Another game we may talk about is actually the game between Calvary and Jinja North United. This is a tough side. I am talking about Jinja North United. But Calvary, the last two games, of course, not been a good one for them. They have picked consecutive defeats, back-to-back defeats. The first one was up against Karo Karunzi. In fact, they were beaten by Lugazi before actually being thumped by a certain Karo Karunzi. This time, they also coming against Jinja North United side that has picked 3 points and drawing 3 points, and the 3 points, of course, they have come out of the 3 draws they have played. That means they have only picked 1 defeat. So Calvary, this time, they need to do something against the team that's Jinja North United. Are they going to do it is actually what we are waiting to see. Come tomorrow, they are the home side. That means they are sitting at Midigo Primary Playground to host the game against Jinja North United. And also another game between Blacks Power and Tigezi Homeboys. As I said, Blacks Power, just like Onduparaka, they also fresh from the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, handling a newly promoted side, that's Tigezi Homeboys. Actually, they have been picking mixed results. Sometimes you see them picking a defeat, sometimes you will see the win coming on their side. I am talking about Blacks Power, but this time facing the team that's Tigezi, they will have to be very, very careful, because I've always been saying this newly promoted side, they are very ambitious of maintaining themselves into the league to see that they also avoid the relegation. But coming against Blacks Power, that is staying at home at Lira, at the Akiba Stadium, is going to be something very hard for Tigezi Homeboys to see that they actually collect the maximum number of points against Blacks Power. Maybe the best for them in this particular encounter might be a draw. I am actually talking about the game between Tigezi Homeboys and the team that's Blacks Power, as Blacks Power is the one that is sitting at home. Another game is actually between Chetume and Kataka. Chetume is at home, and Kataka, I should say this is a 50-50 game between the two sides, because Kataka, they will want to bounce back from the defeat they had before actually we had the international break. Meanwhile, Chetume, they are one of the ambitious sides. They have the experience of playing in the league. There was a time they went up to the top tier of Ugandan football, playing in StarTimes Uganda Premier League. After that, things never worked out so well for them, and they were relegated. This time, they are looking forward. They are fighting to see that they get back to where they are supposed to be. But coming against a certain Kataka, they will have to be very, very careful, because this is a team that knows it when it comes to picking it against some of the big teams we have in the nation, as far as FUFA big leagues concerned. Lastly, I want to speak about the game between Chinda Boys and they already talked about that game on the Paraka against Chinda Boys. The game between Police FC, as they will be tussling it out with the team Karo Karunzi, will be on Monday. I don't want to talk about it right now. We will do discussion about that game on Monday, as I will be joined in the studios of West Nile TV by Owen Ezaga, one of us, not forgetting about the Susie Linda, who are all away for official duties, leaving the leaving the Bet Power FUFA Big League. This time, we are turning our focus to StarTimes Uganda Premier League, whereby we are having 2 games to be played today. There is a game between URA, or as you can call them, Uganda Revenue Authority Football Club, as they will be taking on the Purple Sats. Purple Sats, of course, are Wakiso Giants. And also there is a game between Express and the team, that's Soltino Bright Stars. But before we talk about these 2 games, we need to flash back how things transpired yesterday, whether KCCA beat the team Airtel Chitara, how it ended between the team of Vipers and Sports Club Villa. Our producer, that's Mr. Jonathan Opak, of course, is doing a brilliant work to see that he actually feeds every viewer with how things have been transpiring in StarTimes Uganda Premier League result. Games we have played, Vipers, you can see on the screen, had to share the spoils with the team of Sports Club Villa. It ended in a 1-1 tie. Meanwhile, Airtel Chitara, they were at home and they thumped a certain Kampala City by 3-1. And Bull actually got it brilliant against the team of Luzira Maroons. They beat them by 3-0, and NEC FC registered 2-0 win over the team of UPDF. And before that, yesterday morning, this game between Arua Hill Sports Club and Gaddafi, of course, was supposed to take place on Thursday, because there was a heavy downpour of water on the in the pitch of Paridi. This game, of course, was postponed to be played yesterday morning, and it took place. And you can see on the screen, it was Gaddafi that picked the win against the team of Arua Hill Sports Club. And the game that was played on Thursday, there was a game between Busoga and Mbara City. That game did not produce any result. As you can see, it ended in a barren draw. And that one takes us to the table standing before we take a look at the analysis of some of the games that took place yesterday and the games that are coming today. That took place yesterday. Before we actually take a look at the analysis of the games that took place yesterday, and also some of the analysis of the games that are coming today. On the screen, of course, is the table standing. Bull, they have already surpassed that Chitara, and they're on top of the log with 12 points, 4 games played, unbeaten, not even a draw. They are maintaining the 100% start to the new season. The same thing also applies to the team that's Chitara. Just like a Bull, 4 games played, not even a draw. All of them are wins, 12 points already. It's only the positives of the goals they have, which is separating the two sides. NEC FC, also 4 games played, picking 1 defeat. That defeat actually came into the hands of the team, the Sports Club Villa. They already having 9 points. Vipers, after the draw they had yesterday with the Jogos, they having 8 points, 4 games already played. Express, they have played fewer number of games. Their games actually coming today up against Oltino Bright Stars, and they have won 2 and drawing 1, and they are still they have won 2, drawing 1. And they are still unbeaten. They are having 7 points. Meanwhile, Maroons, out of the 4 games they have played, they had been unbeaten before they lost to Dasi Bull yesterday. 4 games played, winning 2 and drawing 1. Just like Express, they are having 7 points. 7th on the log is the team Sports Club Villa with 5 points. 8th is URA, that is playing Wakiso Giants today. They are having 5 points. 9th is Wakiso Giants, they are having 4 points. Busoga sits at number 10, they are having 4 points. At number 11 is Mbara City with 3 points. Gaddafi sits at number 12 with 3 points. And the team Bright Stars at number 13th. Number 13th is, of course, Bright Stars with 2 points. Meanwhile, UPDF, out of the so many games they have played, they have only picked 1 draw. The rest have been defeats on their side. I'm talking about UPDF. They have only 1 point, and they are sitting at number 14. At number 15 is, of course, KCCA, or as you can call them, Kampala City Council Authority, or as you can decide to call their nickname, the Kasasiro Boys. 4 games played, not even a draw, not even a win. They are having nothing. So 4 games played without a point. And the rock bottom team is the team Arua Hill Sports Club, just like KCCA, still fighting for a win, still fighting for a mere point. So that's how the table standing is like for Star Times Uganda Premier League. You can see the fate of your team. Is your team performing very well? Are they going down? Is the other team singing them? But my worry is, of course, KCCA. Ever since, I think, the Star Times Uganda Premier League, or as UPL, becomes vivid, it is the worst run for the team of KCCA. Actually, they are one of the record holders as far as winning the league is concerned. They have won the competition 13 times, and of course, the record champions is the team Sports Club Villa. But you take a look at how they are performing. They are even under a gaffer, a foreign coach called Tragwili, but this guy is not doing well. Imagine you having the stars, you having everything. The money is there, the fan base is there, the history is on your side, the pedigree, everything is speaking about you, but you cannot be able to do well. The worst of it came yesterday against a newly promoted side, that's Chitara. Actually, they proved me wrong yesterday. I thought that it was going to be the time for them to gun down the team, that's Chitara, but the worst run still continuing on their side. Ironically, they are under Gaffer, a foreign coach called Tragwili. At least for the man, the Serbian, that's Stojanovic. The Stojanovic is trying, at least against the big sides, he tries to see that he picks a draw. Even they have picked some of the wins against some of the stubborn sides, beating sides like NEC FC, and yesterday playing a draw with the team of Vipers. At least That one acts as a consolation for some of the fans of Sports Club Villa, but for KCCA, a very big side. Of course, they need to wake up, and also the team of Bull FC and Chitara. That's why at some point, some few days ago, I said the rest of the teams, of course, they will need to open their eyes. If not, the way Bull is coming, the way Chitara is coming. But for Bull is a kind of a team that will perform very well at the initial stages at the start of the season like this. I can give the best example with what happened last season. Last season, in the first phase of the season, or as in the first stanza, Bull was one of the best. They even finished the first stanza of last season in top 3, but in the second phase of the season, they actually came up with a history. They never won any game in the second stanza, or as in the second phase of the season. I am talking about the season of 2022/2023. But this season, they have also started very well. How they started the last season. Are we going to see them performing like this up to the end? If it's going to continue like this, I want to be surprised if the Jinja-based club Bull FC will be the champions. But if the slippery of last season will still have to transfer itself to what is happening this season to the team of Bull FC, I want to be surprised. What about Airtel Chitara? Airtel Chitara, they are very ambitious. Everything is there. Money is there. The quality of the players. Brian Ahibwes, you talk about Paul Muturezi. These players, they have ever done it for some of the big teams we have in Ugandan football. They are doing well. They are unbeaten. The ambition is now all over. This time they are targeting the Star Times Uganda Premier League. They have forgotten about maintaining themselves, avoiding relegation, because they know that some of the teams they have picked wins against. You talk about teams like KCA. These are not easy teams. These are teams that have ever represented the country in intercontinental football, recently been in the CAF Confederations Cup. But a baby team, a teenage team into the league is doing well. So the Star Times Uganda Premier League of this season is very, very marvelous. Maroons, of course, started very well, but it was the defeat, that heavy defeat they had yesterday into the hands of the team that's Bull FC. Their vibe, I think, today has gone down. But Bull FC, together with the Chitara, you also talk about Vipers. Vipers, this is a side that has always been known of bringing that competition amidst the teams we have in Star Times Uganda Premier League. But you look at their performances, much as they are still unbeaten, they are now 4 points behind the log leaders. Chitara, you talk about Bull FC, all having 12 points, but Vipers, they are having 8 points. When are they going to catch these other two teams, Bull FC and Chitara, in case they continue with the DC form? I'm talking about the team of Vipers. So Star Times of Uganda, the Star Times Uganda Premier League of this season, of course, to me, the way I am seeing, will not be an easy one. But we are watching the space